Hey, I'm CDiinky. Alrighty guys, in today's video we are going to be doing a armor set and armor piece tier list for Grounded 2. A couple of days ago we did the weapon tier list, so I thought let's go ahead and do the armor tier list for Grounded 2 as well. And before we start, this video is all going to be my opinion, so if you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know down below in the comments. And before we start, if you guys enjoyed this tier list in any way, shape or form, go ahead and support the channel by subscribing. I would really appreciate it. So with all that said, let's jump into today's video, and we are going to start off with the very first armor set, which is going to be the Clover armor set. Now this armor set does not have an archetype tied with it, so there's going to be no archetype bonus on this set, but it does still have a piece effect and a set bonus. The piece effect for the Clover armor set is going to reduce the dodge stamina cost by 10%, stacking up to 3 times with the entire armor set, and the set bonus is going to reduce your thirst rate by 50%, making it harder for you to be thirsty in the park. Now the Clover armor set is very easy to craft, but in my opinion it is not as great as it once was in Grounded 1. Maybe if they change from instead of reduced stamina on dodging it, maybe increase your dodge window, that might be a lot better for this armor set. But considering the only good thing is going to be the set bonus, and even then that's not really that good, I'm going to be a bit harsh. I'm going to put it in C tier. It's easy to craft, and that's pretty much it. I wouldn't use it outside of like the first maybe minute or two of the game. Next up are the fuzzy muffs, which is going to be a singular headpiece inside of Grounded 2, and the piece effect for this armor piece is going to be, it's going to reduce your chill rate by 50%, meaning it's going to take half as long for your chill meter to reach 100, which to be fair isn't the best in the game considering there is a full armor set down the track. There's really not many chill biomes in the game right now outside of the ice cream cart and maybe the cooler in the picnic table. In my opinion, this headpiece is completely useless. I'm putting it in D tier straight off the bat. I don't see anyone using this armor set at all, or this armor piece I should say. It's completely useless in my opinion. Next up we have the aphid slippers. Once again, this is going to be a singular piece of armor for your feet, and the piece effect is going to increase your movement speed by 10%. Now this is very useful inside of the park if you're running around the park, but considering Grounded 2 has the introduction of buggies, the aphid slippers really don't have a use anymore outside of maybe farming some weapon mutations or the very early stages of Grounded 2. So in my opinion, you're better off using a buggy instead of the aphid slippers. I'm going to put them in C tier. They're not as great as they once were in Grounded 1 because buggies just pretty much replace this all up. Next up we have the red ant armor set. This is going to be the first armor set with a tied archetype to it, and this is going to have the rogue armor, which means after a 3-hit combo you're going to gain plus 4% crit chance when dealing your next couple of attacks. And the piece effect for this armor set is going to be, it is going to reduce your attack stamina cost by 5.5%, stacking up to 3 times with the entire armor set. And then the set bonus is going to be, if you have a full party of players, it is going to increase your attack damage if you're near them by 6.5%, stacking up to 3 times if you have a party of 4. Now considering the set bonus is going to be multiplayer tied, the set bonus is very useless in single player, but in multiplayer getting the extra damage boost, which is like roughly like 22% extra damage or something like that, is extremely strong, especially in multiplayer when the creatures have more HP depending on how many players are in the area with them. So for that, I'm going to put this armor set into A tier. It's a great multiplayer armor set, but if you're playing single player, this armor set is going to fall probably into B tier or probably C tier, but for multiplayer I'm putting it in A tier. Next up is the Acorn armor set. Now this has the fighter archetype tied to the armor set, meaning if you have this armor set equipped and you deal damage to a creature, the creature is 20% more likely to attack you over other players and or buggies. And the piece effect for this armor set is going to be, it is going to increase your HP by 10, stacking up to 3 times with the entire armor set, so you could have a total of an extra 30 HP at the very start of the game, which is extremely useful. And the set bonus for this armor set is going to give you a flat 15% damage reduction, making you even more tankier inside of the park. And considering how easy this armor set is to craft, it is such a great tanky armor. Even for single player, it's a great armor set. I'm going to put it in A tier as well. Free HP and free damage resistance in the early game of Grounded 2 is just crazy, and it deserves being in the top of A tier. Next up we have the Grub armor set, which has the Ranger archetype tied to it, which pretty much means you're going to be gaining plus 10% extra damage to enemies' weak points. The piece effect for this armor set is going to be, it's going to decrease the amount of time it takes to do a charge attack by 5%, stacking up to 3 times if you have the full armor set equipped, and the set bonus is going to increase your bow and spear attacks by 10%, giving you pretty much free spear and bow damage. This armor set is really strong with spears in the early game and really strong with bows in the late game, so for that I'm going to put it in B tier. It's just all around a great armor set, but can have some flaws if you aren't rocking spears and or bows. And now for the final tier 1 armor set, or armor piece I should say, in Grounded 2, we have the eye patch, What the eye patch does is the piece effect is going to increase your attack damage by 10%, but it's going to increase the damage you take by 25%. Now, if you do not know how to perfect parry or perfect dodge or block a ton of attacks, this armor set, or armor piece I should say, is instantly going into D tier. But if you know how to parry attacks and to perfect dodge and whatnot, this armor set goes higher and higher in the list, and considering it's my list, I'm going to be putting it in S tier. If you know how to perfect block attacks and everything and you don't take any damage, you're getting free damage for literally nothing. And the eye patch is pretty much needed if you want to min-max any build, as the plus 10% damage is just too good. So here we have all of the tier 1 armor sets already ranked. Now let's jump into the tier 2 armor sets, and let's start off with the gas mask. The gas mask is a single piece of armor which goes on your head, and the piece effect is going to make you immune to gas damage, which can be very handy when versing stink bugs and is pretty much needed if you want to go and finish the orc transmitter on top of the trash can in the bottom half of the map. And for that, I'm going to put this armor set in C tier. Currently, there's not too many haze or toxic areas in the game right now. You don't even need to use it when going inside of the toxic anthill, which is a little bit of a weird thing, I must say. But it works well against stink bugs, helps you traverse the park, but there's not really too many areas to use it in, so that's why it's going in C tier. Next up is the fuzzy armor. Similar to the clover armor, there is going to be no affiliated archetype with this armor set, and the piece effect of the armor set is going to be, it's going to reduce your chill buildup by 50%, stacking up to 3 times if you have the full armor set equipped. And the set bonus is going to be, whenever you kill a creature, it is going to reduce your chill buildup by 10. So if you kill creatures, you're pretty much never going to chill, especially if you're in the ice cream cart just killing a ton of scorpions. Now, considering there aren't too many chill biomes in the area, only the ice cream cart and the ice cooler in the picnic table, this armor set is pretty useless, and it's quite expensive to craft, especially if you don't know where milkweed pods or milkweed tufts are. So I'm going to put this armor set in C tier. Once again, there's not too many ice biomes in the game right now, and once you use it once, the only reason you use it again is to go back into the ice cream cart to get a bunch of chocolate chips to make some chunky smoothies. Next up is going to be the marksman cap. This is going to be a headpiece armor, and once again has no archetype tied to it, and the piece effect of this armor set is pretty much, it's going to increase your bow attacks by 15%, making it currently the best headpiece for bows in the game. Not too much to say about this armor set other than it just increases your bow damage by 15%. So for that, I'm going to put it in the top of A tier. It's a crazy headpiece if you're rocking a bow build. It's pretty much a needed for a bow build if you want to min-max damage. Next up is going to be the Orb with armor set. I'm pretty sure we all know where this armor set is going to go, but it is going to be the Rogue archetype, which pretty much means you're going to gain increased crit after a 3-hit combo. The piece effect is going to increase your charge attack damage by 6.5%, stacking up to 3 times. And this armor set is a bit weird, and it has currently 2 set bonuses in the game. The first set bonus pretty much gives you no movement penalty when on web bridges or getting stuck in webs. You actually don't get stuck in webs at all with the set bonus equipped. And the second set bonus is going to increase your critical hit chance by 1%, stacking up to 5 times for 5% crit chance until combat ends or until you get hit. Now, considering the set bonus of critical hit can be used with pretty much any weapon in the park right now, like even staves and bows, this can work. It's going into the top of S tier. It works with every single build. Just because it's a rogue armor set does not mean it doesn't work with any other builds. In my opinion, it is currently the best armor set in the game, hands down, and I'm pretty sure we can all agree with that one. Next up is going to be the Northern Scorpion armor set. This once again has the rogue armor set, so you gain more crit chance after a 3-hit combo, and the piece effect for this armor set is going to be, if a creature is inflicted with venom damage, you're going to deal 6.5% increased damage towards it, stacking up to 3 times if you have the full set equipped. And the set bonus is going to be whenever you ambush a creature, so whenever you attack a creature before it notices you're there, you're going to deal 100 stun damage, pretty much stunning it from doing anything. Now, the piece effect and the set bonus for this armor set is very handy, and especially if the enemy has venom buildup, you're going to be gaining a ton of extra damage. And in my opinion, this armor set is going to be going in A tier as well. If you pair it with the Stabby Stinger Trinket, you're pretty much always going to be dealing venom damage and getting that extra damage bonus from the piece effect. Next up, we have the Ladybug armor. This is going to have the fighter archetype tied to it, so you're going to gain more threat generation when using this armor set. And the piece effect for the Ladybug armor is it's going to reduce the cost of blocking by 12%, stacking up to 3 times, allowing you to block a lot more before you get stunned or run out of stamina. And the set bonus for this armor set is whenever you block an attack, you have a chance to do a trickle regen heal on yourself. So pretty much, if you block an attack, you're going to heal, and and considering it reduces the cost of blocking, you're pretty much never going to die with this armor set equipped. Personally, it's not as good as it once was in Grounded 1, so I'm going to put it in B tier. Don't get me wrong, it's a great armor set, and if you have the right build, you are pretty much unkillable, but it's going to go in the middle of B tier. Next up, we have the B armor set. This does have the Ranger archetype tied to it, meaning you deal more weak point damage to creatures, and the piece effect is going to increase your perfect draw timer by 35 milliseconds, allowing you to do perfect charge shots more often and increases the window so you don't miss out on the perfect charge timer. And the set bonus for this armor set is going to be whenever you deal a charged bow attack, you're going to release a cloud of pollen that slows enemies by 50% and also deals 10 stun damage. So if you always do a perfect charge shot on a creature and you're quite far away from them, they're pretty much going to die before they can even reach you, which is just crazy to me. But considering that you are going to need to do perfect charge shots, which can be quite difficult if you do not know how to time it correctly, I'm going to put this armor set in B tier as well. In my opinion, there are better bow armor sets in the game, but the set bonus does work quite well and can possibly be even better versus bosses in the future. Next up, we have the Sizzling armor set, which is going to be the Mage archetype, which has the Mage armorer effect on it, which pretty much means whenever you deal a staff attack, it is going to reduce the cost of the staff attack by 9%, pretty much allowing you to deal more staff attacks before you run out of stamina. The piece effect for the armor set is going to reduce your sizzle buildup by 50%, stacking up to 3 times if you have the entire armor set equipped, and the set bonus is going to give you plus 3% attack speed, stacking up to 5 times until you either end combat or until you get hit, which is very useful with the staffs, especially the spicy staff, because you can just throw spicy globs at their face over and over and over and pretty much have a machine gun inside of the park. So for the set bonus alone, this armor set is going to be in A tier. In my opinion, it is my favorite Mage armor set in the game. Next up is going to be the Butterfly armor. Once again, this does have the Mage armor, which means it's going to reduce the cost of staff attacks. And now this armor set is a little bit different from the rest because the helmet has a different piece effect from the chestplate and the leggings. The headpiece effect is going to give you parry barrier, which pretty much whenever you parry an attack, you're going to gain plus 7% damage resistance to your next incoming attack, which can stack up to 3 times. So if you parry 3 times, you're going to gain like 21% damage resistance on your next attack, making this the tankiest armor set in the game if you have parry barrier stacked up to 3 times. And the piece effect for the chestplate and leggings is going to be whenever you have parry barrier activated, your next fresh attacks are going to be dealing 7.5% extra damage, stacking up to 2 times with the full armor set. And the set bonus is going to be whenever you finish a 3-hit combo when you have a staff equipped and you dodge an attack, you're going to release a cloud of AoE chill, which can chill enemies and deals a ton of damage. Now, even though this armor set is extremely useful when versing a ton of creatures in the park, it's not really as good as the Sizzling armor in my opinion, because a lot of the creatures in the park are going to be resistant to fresh damage, especially the scorpions. So for that, I'm going to put this armor set in B tier. Don't get me wrong, it's a great armor set. I would just prefer the Sizzling armor set over this one. And for the final tier 2 armor set, we have the Roach armor set, and this is going to have the fighter archetype, meaning if you have this armor set equipped, you're going to be gaining more threat generation. And similar to the Butterfly armor set, this armor set has a different piece effect for the helmet versus the chestplate and leggings. The piece effect for the Roach helmet is going to increase your gas resistance by 90%, and the piece effect for the chestplate and leggings is going to be whenever you loot a corpse of a creature, you're going to gain 3 HP, stacking up to 2 times if you have the full armor set equipped. And the set bonus for the armor set is going to be, it is going to give you increased resistances versus chill, sizzling, or venom damage, stacking up to 5 times until combat ends. So if you're versing a wolf spider, for example, and take venom damage, it is going to increase your resistances up to 5 times, making you incredibly tanky inside of the park. In my opinion, it's one of my favorite fighter armor sets in the game, and for that, I'm going to put it in the top of A tier. I think it's a great armor set, and pretty much if you kill creatures, you heal from them, and you have increased resistances. This armor set is just fantastic inside the park. So we've gone over the tier 1 armor sets, we have gone over tier 2, now let's go over the final 2 tier 3 armor sets currently inside of Grounded 2. So we are going to start off with the Wolf Spider armor set. This is going to have the Rogue archetype, which increases your crit chance after dealing a 3-hit combo, and the piece effect for this armor set is going to be whenever you deal a charged attack, it is going to increase its damage by 1, but also apply 5 venom to the creature, stacking up to 3 times if you have the full armor set equipped. And the set bonus for this armor set is going to be whenever you do a melee attack, there's a 35% chance to debuff the enemy, making them take 20% more venom damage. Now, personally, I'm not a huge fan of a venom build-up currently inside of Grounded 2, because by the time you fully build up venom on a creature, they're already going to be dead just by how much damage your weapons do deal, and considering this armor set is purely venom build-up based, I'm not a huge fan of it, and I might piss off some people by doing this, but I'm going to put the wolf armor in B tier. I just don't like venom build-up. You can disagree with me down below in the comments, but it's going in the bottom of B tier. And the final armor set for today's video is going to be the Snail armor. This armor set is going to have the fighter archetype tied to it, meaning you're going to gain more threat generation when you have this armor set equipped. The piece effects for this armor set is going to be whenever you block an attack, you're going to deal 1 stun damage towards a creature, stacking up to 3 times for 3 stun damage per block. Now, the piece effect isn't what really makes this armor set great, it's the set bonus. And the set bonus for the Snail armor set is a little bit tricky to understand, but pretty much whenever you're fighting a creature and whenever you block or parry an attack, you're going to gain a charge of retaliation, which at the first stack it deals 30 damage and decreases the amount of time it takes to do a charge stack by 5%, and this stacks up to 5 times. So if you stack this armor set up to 5 times and do a charge attack, you're going to deal a chunk of the enemy's health bar. It almost one-shots a wolf spider. I am not even kidding. If you have the right build with it, it is crazy damage and it's crazy good. Now, this is where I would put the armor set into S tier, because I personally believe this armor set is an S tier armor set, but because the snail shells are quite finite in the park, you can't actually gain more snail shells without doing a duplication exploit or getting orc weavers to explode the snail shells, which is quite difficult. So instead of putting it in S tier, I'm going to put it down in B tier. Once you use the armor set and you repair it and you have no more snail shells, you can't use the armor set ever again. So that's why it's going into A tier. Otherwise, if we could, it's going into S tier. That there is going to be the end of today's video, guys. If you skip to the very end to check out what the tier list looks like, here you go. The tier list is fully complete. Once again, this tier list is going to be all my opinion. So if you disagree with me or agree with me, let me know down below in the comments. But hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. And if you did enjoy today's video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and heck, even a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. And now a massive shout out to my channel members and my tier 3 members. The Stitchman, Idiot Plays, Was, Coco, Janky, and Nano. I appreciate you guys a lot. And yeah, with all that said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video.